Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome to this lesson. In this video, I'm going to be covering stage presence. Now, this resource here that I've designed is for people who are studying further education. So it's usually people who are of the ages 16 to 18. But obviously you can study further education at any age. But this is sort of the time when you sort of get taught this sort of stuff. It's BTEC level 2 and 3. But the thing is, it doesn't matter what age level, because this is just kind of everything that there is on stage presence, and it's going to be explained to you, well, with me guiding you. So this is for people wanting to learn about the subject, and if you want to develop your stage presence ability, so if you want to get better at stage presence. So, introduction. During any musical performance within an educational situation, you will be marked on stage presence. So if you were being marked on your stage performance, and you get marked on how well your stage presence is, that must mean that it's relevant in some way in putting on a good performance. So why do we need stage presence at all? So stage presence provides the audience with a stronger gig experience, making it more memorable. As well as being able to enjoy the music, the audience can also adore the visual performance. Now, this is the key thing as to why all this is important. Performing the music, what we hear, is only a portion of watching a live performance, hence the term watching, because you're watching it as well, right? So the visuals happen to be the only other contributing factor in casting an incredible live performance. Now, I can't actually give you an actual percentage on, okay, which matters more. Is it 60% sound, 40% visual? Because it depends on like the audience's like preference. There's some people who really like the stage show stuff. I personally don't care about it whatsoever, but that totally goes against what I'm showing you here. But genuinely, I seem to actually be in the sort of minority. I really hate that people seem to really care about the whole stage presence thing a lot, because it just differs to my opinion, because I'm just there to hear my favourite songs that get me through hard times, played as best as they can be. But the thing is, as I say, most people are there to have a good time and watch a good stage show as well as the music. So if you don't have good stage presence, then you're really sort of limiting yourself. So you wouldn't be doing yourself any favours. So when a member of the audience sees a band member celebrating, enjoying, expressing themselves to the music, it makes them want to do the same, thus furthering a memorable experience for the member of the audience. If you create a memorable concert experience for your fans and audience, you will be more likely to gain more reception and exposure, as you will be known as an incredible act. Like I say, like half of it is the visuals. So it's kind of like if you're only doing the sound, you're not scoring enough marks to cross the point where people are then going to say you are an incredible act. You based on what you do, we can justify you headlining a festival because you're not good enough. Well, if you do it, you are good enough, you know what I mean? So now that's it. It's kind of like people who see you as an incredible act, they're gonna talk about you a lot more, and your name's gonna spread. So it's sort of like the final piece to the puzzle. So as long as the music is good, obviously, because if the music sucks, they don't really care what you're doing unless they're just drunk and like think it's funny. Like the music sucks and you're like falling about the stage as well. It's like, that's funny, but it's not like, you know, that's never gonna get out of like a pub show, you know what I mean? So obviously the visuals are like essential as well if you wish to build and maintain a strong career as a music artist. Now, before we can look at ways in which we can use good stage presence, we must identify what it is not. So the worst stage presence is standing still, looking down at your instrument. Now this person, he's actually sitting, but you've all seen this before with like the guitar players and the bassists. You're looking at your fretting hand to make sure you don't play the wrong notes, and that's it. You're literally standing still doing that. So that's literally the minimum you can do, except for literally just not even like play anything, or just walk off stage, or not even show up to the gig at all, right? So unfortunately this is the minimum, because in regards to stage presence you can't do anything less than this, right? So don't do that. So this performance but obviously I'm going to tell you what you can do like above this to get better and better, right? So this performance, so like if you do this performance translates to the audience that you are either not confident in general with the parts, or playing the instrument. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm worried I'm gonna mess it up, or I don't know the parts really, or you're just kind of shy, so you're just looking at the guitar. It does not provide any extra excitement for the audience by voiding them of an appealing visual performance and anything that they could potentially latch onto in order to move them, which would aid in building a more memorable experience. Right, so now we've covered that. It just gets better from here. So imagine like that was the bottom, and then it just goes up and up. Right, so stage presence refers to being present on stage. I'm just checking I'm still recording. Yeah, so that's what it actually means. And then this is where the purpose of good stage presence comes in. Simply standing does nothing to also enhance the performance, as we say. So you want to kind of do something better than that, which we're going to cover. So first things first, use whatever you have, as in use whatever parts of your body that you have which are free to move, right? So guitarists and most instrumentalists are using their hands to either play or hold their instrument, so you can't use your hands. What is available will be your head, legs and body, which will allow you to jump, dance, nod your head or head bang, walk, run, move about, or a combination of any of these aspects. So obviously you can like walk and kind of swagger about a bit as if you're feeling the music, like dancing kind, you know, it's just whatever, you know, you're free to do whatever you want. Right, so drummers only have their head and face. A drummer who is playing their parts with complete competence and looks like they are enjoying the music is what's expected of a confident drummer wielding good stage presence. You know, if I see a drummer not messing up the parts, you're like, wow, you're a good drummer. You're exactly what you need to be, and then some. And if you're having a good time, it's like, man, these are performers. It's like if you see a drummer doing it right and having a good time, it's like, wow, these people are an established act, you know what I mean? But the thing is, for you to play the stuff right, you need to be good, and then for you to just have complete freedom of just enjoying yourself as well without messing it up, you need a lot of practice. So practice, right? So in order to improve your stage presence from here as a drummer, create and implement your own stage moves. So stage moves are like signature moves, like Jimi Hendrix, like playing his guitar with his teeth, right? But the thing is, the reason why I've said stage moves here instead of signature moves is because there's a lot of things you can do that have already been done that are just sort of common, that, you know, anybody can learn to do as well. And I like to refer to them as stage moves, such as like stick tricks. So like twirling the sticks and like throwing one up if you have like a hand free, and then obviously as it comes down you catch it and stuff. You know, you just get creative, like try something out. Obviously you're a different person to the next, so you might just think of something that they don't. And obviously you know, it's kind of like you're at the back, so it's kind of like you can literally try as hard as you want to hog the attention, and everyone will still probably be looking at the guys at the front. So literally you can try and take the attention off them as much as you want. It's up to you, right? Now these sort of like specialist, that's a spelling mistake. I'll change all this before. Yeah, like this resource, download it, it'll be in the description, and I'll sort all this before you guys get it. Right, so specialist techniques and tricks take much time to learn, but make sure you don't use them unless you're completely confident that you're not going to mess it up. Basically, you need to know that you could do that 100% of the time, right? Because if you can only do it 99% of the time, there's going to be one time where it's going to ruin you. So make sure, just don't use it at all unless you're actually sorted with that. Now, as well as using like the stage moves or even like a signature move that you come up with, a drum solo will wow the audience, right, and allows the stage to be yours, right, because it's obviously just you playing and everybody moves out of the way for everyone to see you not only play, but play something really cool, right? And it's like, that's what I mean, the stage is yours, raise your sticks and everyone will cheer, right? A drum solo will form the perception that you have a high level of ability, because the thing is, most like non-musicians, even me being a guitar player, without actually updating my knowledge, like at this current point in time, I mean, I could guess what a good drum solo is like and stuff, if it's not just kind of stock playing drums, if it's unique and stuff. But most people, if they just see you bashing the drums by yourself, they think, you hear it in your head. As soon as you think of that, you hear like a dude cheering in the audience, because it's literally like everyone's cheering, because you don't see it very often. Like I say, it sets you apart from other drummers who are not doing it. It obviously shows off your stage presence, because you're breaking out of your shell and it's only you on stage, and people will think you're really good. Now, that guy's funny, man. Also on the previous page, this dude, like that's something he's done. He literally like jumps up out of his seat whilst he's still playing, and obviously like lands. So it's like that's one of the things he's doing in his drum solo. That's the same guy actually. For the drummers, I'm gonna link 2 drum solos, and one of the guys talking about his solos and like a signature sort of tricks and stuff, so you can get a bit more on that. Now, vocalists, you have the difficult, or yeah, like say if you're a guitar player and it's like, why must I watch, or why should I still watch this if you know, I'm not a drummer or a vocalist? But the thing is, you're in a band with these guys, and your sort of perception of how good you are is sort of as a whole. So it's kind of like, you know, if they don't know it, you can tell them to do it. So it doesn't matter if they know it and do it for themselves. Well, it does if they don't know it, but if you know it, then you can do it. So it doesn't, you know, this is, you know, I know all this stuff to teach people. I could teach any members in my band. I could get my band to do, you know, if I had all the knowledge and all the ability, I could get our band to be like a band who could potentially get somewhere. So it's just as important for you guys to know it as everyone else, because it's a group score, a group effort, right? So this is what the vocalists are doing, right? So vocalists, you have the difficult job of being the front person, because the audience, the eyes are usually on you, unless somebody else is doing something eventful like a solo or like a signature move or something, right? Staring at the floor is the worst thing you can do, right? So that guy who was just looking at his guitar fretboard, this is like the vocalist version of that, because the thing is, when everyone's staring at you, especially during like a guitar solo, eventually you end up looking at the floor. Or even if you're looking forward and then you look at the floor and then you look up to the left, then you look back in the middle, it's like you're basically just doing stuff, waiting for time to pass until you can start singing again. And then it's like, okay, I'm not being judged anymore because I'm singing, which is what I'm supposed to do. But the thing is, even just looking at the floor at all is bad, and we're gonna sort of show you what to do about this, right? So don't look at the floor. Sing when required, obviously, right? So that's got you covered for quite a bit. Sections without vocals are a great opportunity to show off your stage presence, as you're freed of your singing duty. And the point of this is, don't spend the whole gig in front of the mic stand. It's a big stage. So you could literally, like during the solo, just walk to the side of the stage, walk all the way to the other side, and then walk back to the middle with any sort of walk that you want. Just walking about like a gorilla, or like walking about, like moving your arms like a chicken. Why not? That's the thing. It's like, that's why people laugh or enjoy themselves, because you do something and then they're like, ah ha ha, like, oh, that was funny. It's like, that's sort of how like anything happens that like people enjoy, literally just in life. It's like something was either funny or enjoyable because no one expected it. It didn't happen, and then it did happen. It's like no one's gonna say, oh, they shouldn't have walked like that at that certain point, or they should have done something else. Maybe if you're a teacher like me, I might be able to be like, oh, at that point, have you ever considered doing this? It's like, but the thing is, to people watching a show, you can do whatever you want, and that's the thing with stage presence. It's not about making sure you remember what to do. You can do whatever you want, and the challenge is just doing it. And it can be quite challenging for some people if you're quite shy. But again, I'm going to get onto that as well, right? So walk about, make use of the stage, literally just do something else. Even just turn your back to the audience, like, because why not? It's something. But looking at the floor like you're scared, or like, I can imagine somebody literally just saying, You know, is that person alright? You know, it's almost like uneasy for the audience. Just do something stupid. Make a funny face, or just like look up for like 10 seconds and then like look forward, just looking like scary or something. You know, it's something. You know, just anything, man. We've just got it kind of embedded in our heads that if you're a singer during like a part where you're not singing and you're looking down, you kind of just look like a scared little kid, right? So during non-vocal sections, you can engage with the audience. So like this is the first point where you've actually like stopped singing, and it's like, oh yeah, the people watching us who are actually like paying our bills. Oh yeah, how are you? How are you doing? Like, what's up, man? Like, what you saying? What's going on, man? Like, what you doing here? Like, you can even just be like, yo, you guys are stupid, man. Like, and then they'd be like, it's like, just chat like to your audience, man. It's like as if you're having banter with your mates. It's funny. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe not say, oh, you guys are dumb, like, through them. If they're your fans, like, if like, James Hetfield or, like, the singer of Machine Head, like, said, like, yeah, you guys are stupid, man. Like, if like, joking about, like, everyone would think that'd be amazing. Like, yo, Rob Flynn said I was stupid at a Machine Head concert. But yeah, during non-vocal sections, you can engage with the audience and ask them how they are, right? And point the attention towards the soloist. So, like, if someone's about to do a guitar solo, you can be like, yo, check this guy out. Or you could even like do like some air guitar whilst they're doing it, and like I say, go up to like the rhythm guitar member, just play some air guitar, or just do something stupid, like have your arms out and just like walk towards them, like kind of, I don't know, like moving back and forth. Like I can't actually show you here, but it's just kind of like just anything, man. Just be dumb. Like it makes it, because everyone's there to have fun. It's not at your work where it's like, oh, that's inappropriate, like you're gonna get, you know, you're gonna lose your job if you keep doing stuff like that. It's like literally that's your time to literally do whatever you want. So engage with the band members, walk about, enjoy yourself, like turn away, move, walk around, like I say. Just don't look at the floor. Now, you are the one with the voice. You have the special power of being able to verbally communicate with the audience, right? So even instruct them to sort of jump, clap, or dance. So you can tell them to like move a certain way. Like if you say, like you know, do this, and you're doing like a dance, everyone will start doing it if they're confident enough to do it, whatever. Or if you start clapping your hands, or say clap your hands, come on, like everyone will start doing it, or like jump, like everyone will do it. Now I can't actually give you like a video reference to sort of what is right to say when and stuff, because obviously every song is different and everybody has the freedom to sort of choose when you want to say stuff and things like that. But this is sort of the usual stuff. It's kind of like you basically can instruct the audience to move in a certain way, which means clapping, dancing, or jumping, right? But what I will link to you in the description, as well as all the solos for the drummers and everyone else, like a video of Freddie Mercury sort of then getting creative with the audience, so you can sort of then see where it goes when you start sort of coming up with your own sort of routine, or like this sort of point that you can then, okay, after this song we're going to have this vocalist thing where you get the audience to like go whoa, like you do it in the mic, and then they all shout whoa back to you, and then like go oh, and everyone goes oh. So it's kind of, again, just a bit more creative with it. Right now at this point, I'm gonna show you guys some videos. Actually, this is an edit. I originally uploaded this lesson, but it got blocked for copyright. So what I've done is I cut out the part of the lesson with the videos in, and I've uploaded them to a separate link. Now you can just carry on watching this video, and you will just keep on learning more and more points on stage presence. But obviously I put in the video examples for a reason, and they were for your benefit. So, you know, in my opinion, I would go over to the link and carry on watching the video as it was originally intended, and then once that's over, then just carry on watching this one. Points for the whole band, right? Every song will have a point or section within it which you can take advantage of in order to cast much presence, right? stage moves or audience engagement, right? So either signature moves or like stage moves. So kind of like things that not things that like people own. So like Pete, like that was his move, the windmill thing. But you know, nobody owns jumping. But it's not really like something that everybody does, especially if a lot of bands don't have good stage presence. So it's kind of like a stage move, kind of like these things at your disposal. But then you also have the signature moves, like things that are unique to you, like this guy here doing that in his drum solo. Like he's literally doing the kick drum with his like hands or something, right? But the thing is, what I'm saying here is you can take advantage of certain sections. Like there'll be certain sections where it's like, it will be a really good idea for you to do something specific, say in the outro or the bridge or the chorus or the intro. So it's kind of like use these points to create cues, like in order to present special moments for the audience. So it's sort of like, okay, at the outro we're all gonna jump before the song ends. So when it gets to the outro, it will be cued that we all do this. But what I'm saying is there will be a point in the song where it would be a really good idea to do a certain something, right? And you want to make sure that you wean out all the good stuff that you can do from all these sections. You know, maybe even print out a song structure and then sort of right next to it, like brainstorm some ideas. What should we do with these points? Because you know what the music does at this point. So it's sort of like, at these points, sorry. So you can sort of maybe then think, because you know the song, I mean, I don't know what song you're playing, you know what song you're going to be playing in a few days, whatever. Try and think of something that would be good, like maybe in the chorus, like get anybody with like, I don't know, like that can move about to like do a certain dance or something, like, you know, because that's the peak of the song, so you maybe want to do something creative at that point, or it might be a really good idea to do that at that time. You know, it's up to you to have a think about it. In rehearsals, practice the whole show, not just the songs. Playing the songs casually in practice is different to an entire stage experience with transitions and planned cues. So it's kind of like the worst thing is having like a song end, people applaud, and then the band is still just kind of standing around, just like they don't know when it's going to start again, how it's going to start, and it's like, but everyone kind of looks around at each other, gets a grip of like, okay, yeah, we're ready. Like, all right, yeah, we're just about to do this. Is everyone ready? All right, yeah, okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that just took the audience out of all the power, all of the experience, all of the stage show that you'd just been doing throughout the last song. So, like, what sets apart usual bands from great bands is putting on a show. Creating transitions between songs will achieve this experience, as the experience is constant, right? So it's kind of like making sure it's a show from start to finish, and if it's epic from start to finish, people will leave the concert saying that was absolutely epic. There was nothing about that wasn't absolutely incredible. Now, transitions, like for example, I got some of this information from some guy called like Samurai Guitarist or something, and he said like one of the transitions he did was it was actually to start the show. It's like he had the house lights down and all the band was on stage, but the audience couldn't see because it was all dark. And then there was like a projection on like a projector screen playing like the band's music video. And then when it just got to the chorus of the song, the lights came on, and then the band started playing the song live for real. And obviously the contrast of it just being played out some speakers like an MP3 recording to then the big live sound, and they didn't, and again that's the thing, the stage presence, the audience didn't know that the band was there, and then when it all came on, the impact, the idea of all the band there, and everyone's like, whoa, are you joking me? You know, people can't believe it. And then it's like with the transitions between the songs, it's like what you can actually do is like within the rehearsal, actually have the drummer like plan the counting for a certain point. Like if like the vocalist can say like a certain line or whatever, like I say this down here, it's like you can use the speech as cues to start the next song. So like when the vocalist says a certain thing, start the start the next tune. It's like kind of actually get this all rehearsed and stuff in rehearsals, so it's not like then when, because that's the thing, it's like in rehearsals when you're not playing the entire show and you're just playing the songs after, just rehearsing them, what happens after you play a song? You just kind of stand about, or somebody just says something to somebody, and then like you start the next song at some point. So it's obvious that when you do that for real, it's going to be basically the same thing, because what else have you got planned? You need to actually have something so that you can actually transition into the next song. So yeah, if the transitions are rehearsed, the drummer can count in the next song even before the applause is finished. So then it's literally like the audience is still clapping, and the next song goes, and it's like, oh man, it's still nothing. It never stopped. The excitement is still running. It was never like actually killed at any moment. And like I say, there's nothing worse than the audience seeing band members just look at each other, just being like, oh yeah, you guys ready and stuff like that, and then literally the other members having to say to the drummer, oh yeah, we're ready when you are and stuff, literally in front of like, these people pay for a show, man, and it's like you haven't even done it. It's like it's as if like you've come there expecting something and they haven't done it. It's like, what? Right, now vocalists, plan your talking, right? If you write your set speech for in between or during songs, the lines will be of optimal quality, because it's kind of like you've actually thought of the best thing you can think of for a certain reason. So then when you actually do it, it's like it's the best stuff that could have been done. It's not just like, oh, it might be good, it might not be. It's like it's of complete quality and purpose, and everything will run smoothly. And as a band, well, like I say, it's like you can use the lines for whatever you want, so that then people know when to do things. Or maybe during a song, when somebody sings a certain line, you start dancing in a certain way. You know that's the kind of thing. And this image here, it's like, if that's what it's like in rehearsal, it's the same thing as I'm saying. So yeah. Now, take home message. Enjoy the music, since that'll do mostly what you need for you. It will usually look more genuine than forcing it, and stronger as a result. Now that Machine Head clip that I showed you, those guys have never done like a musical education, I'm pretty sure. And I am teaching like the nation's children this subject, right, using those guys as an example, yet they've never been taught. And then I, as a teacher, are using them as an example to say, do what these guys are doing. And what makes them so special is the fact that they use the music to fuel them, right? That is a result of enjoying the music, right? So that's how you know it's strong, if you do this, essentially. Now, in a session performance, right? A session performance is something you're paid to do. You're paid to play a session, right? Now, if I was a session performer, I'd probably be paid to like play weddings and stuff, and I know for a fact I would hate that music, right? And it's hard in situations when you don't like the music to be like eccentric, like to be like excited and stuff if the music isn't your liking. If you need to force stage presence, try to, because again, if you're in a band in a educational setting, or you have to compromise, play songs that your band members like that you don't, it's kind of, there's a lot of situations where you might be playing something that you're not fussed about. You have to play it for a certain reason, whatever. Or there might just be songs that you guys have written, but there might be one that is like your least favourite or whatever. What to do is just like use the music to guide you. So it's like, okay, just remember it's still got a beat, and then when you feel that beat, you get reminded of moving a bit, maybe nodding your head, and then it's like, okay, well, that's pretty much what you need. And this is sort of, you're influenced about that, reminded about these things because of the pulse of the music. So it's kind of like, yeah, even though you don't like it, the music, the fact that all music has a beat will still guide you. Now, even if you just do not like it, it just sucks. Like, yeah, it's like, if I don't like it, I don't like it, you know. Just show that you don't like it. I mean, if it's just another day at the job playing this song that sucks, then the odds are you can play it, and the problem is it's boring. So show that like you just like, oh yeah, this sucks, as if you're like, you know, a lot of characters are like that. They look like they don't care and stuff, but that's what makes them cool, like, and people want to be like that. You know, it's like close your eyes and play and like just show that you're a boss. You know what I mean? Use whatever parts of your body that you can move in order to create a physical presence. Now, Axl Rose here, this is one of his signature moves actually, where he moves his body like a snake from literally like from his feet all the way up to his hands. So this his whole body is like a snake, and that is literally using whatever whatever parts of your body that you can to, in this case, literally like move into signature moves. So it's kind of like this guy's using his body so well, he's literally created his own thing. But yeah, use whatever you can move. Like that's one of the greatest take-home parts of the take-home message that I can give to you. Create your own signature moves, right? So do not rip off other artists. Like use them as inspiration or to give you new ideas. Now, you know, I wouldn't say, you know, when you're first starting out, oh, you have to come up with your own thing. You can't use anyone else's ideas or anything like remotely similar. But you know, if you're really trying to do a good job and you want to be an established act, like all these other people who do these things, like Pete Townsend, like from The Who, Guns N' Roses, Jimi Hendrix, Kiss, you know, you don't want to be using other people's stuff. Then you are literally just like a tribute band or a band at like open mics and stuff. Now, I mean, if you were at an open mic, so you just started, but you were that good that you literally had signature moves as good as Jimi Hendrix. You know, if someone was at your open mic and then someone was like, oh, yo, did you just see that guy play guitar with his teeth? Literally, that other person like wouldn't even believe you. They wouldn't even turn to the stage and be like, what? Like, when? Where? Like, you serious? They literally wouldn't even believe you, mate. It's that good. They just wouldn't even like pay attention to what you just said. I mean, that's how strong these things are. Now, if you find that your shyness is restricting you from accessing grand stage presence, right? Remember that your stage persona can be different from your everyday persona. Now, I think I mentioned like shyness before, but the thing is, it's like nobody's there to judge you, and the only time people ever see anything that makes them happy is because it's something that's cool, something that's epic, something that's different, something that's not same as everyone else, just standing still, being quiet when nothing's happening, right? So you can even just think, right, if I take it upon myself to be somebody that at least makes people happy, then I don't see why I should still be here being shy. But my point is, you can literally be a different person on stage, because it's like it's like on Halloween, it's like, okay, because it's Halloween, I can justify like dressing up as someone else and whatever, even though usually I'd be too shy to do that on the street in public, like in a normal day. But because there's a reason, I feel like I have a right to go outside dressed as like, I don't know, Dracula or whatever. So it sort of gives you a reason to do it, but then it's like, okay, same thing. You have to play a concert. We're going out to play a show. That's not like an everyday thing. It's like, well, if then I'm allowed, or it's justified that I can wear a costume, like wear a unique outfit and then be someone that I'm totally not in real life, then it's like, I feel like I actually have a right to do it, even though I don't feel like that usually. Now, this last point, make sure that you know the parts perfectly, otherwise you will not come across as confident or be able to then shift your attention towards your stage presence. Now, going back to that guy who was just looking at his fretboard, it's kind of like, I was saying that you tend to do that because you're worried that you're going to mess up. And that's the thing, you literally can't even shift your attention towards the stage presence, so the visuals, the all important visuals as well, until you can actually play the music first, because it's kind of like the music is the medium. It's kind of like that's why people are there and why you're there, but then it's like the stage presence is using the music as a medium to exist, basically. So it's kind of like, okay, the music's the important part, you got to do that first, and then stage presence, which is the other thing, which is like half of it. But you only pretty much gain access to being able to get marks or to look good from doing that if you put in the work to make sure the parts and you can play the instrument perfectly, you know what I mean? So that's it, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, just let me know if you have any questions or whatever. And yeah, if you like anything specific where it's like, oh, I've been having real trouble with this specific issue, like when I get on stage, like when this happens, like I really don't know what to do, like what do you think I should do about it, Chris? Like, just tell me and I'll like offer my best like knowledge. So yeah, cheers for watching, guys. Thank you very much and take care. God bless.